Hey Divas, welcome or welcome back. It's your girl Keisha here with another video. And girl, we are still getting 2023 going, still making preparations for the year. And today we're going to focus on setting up my sinking funds for my vacation. So if you want to learn how to set up your vacation sinking funds, then stay tuned. All right, Divas, well listen, your vacation sinking funds should be no different than your regular sinking funds. I believe that you should break down your vacation into categories so that you know how to budget for your vacation. So right here is, I have a different cash binder specifically for my vacation. I know a lot of people just have like a vacation envelope, but for me, I did do that initially. And then I realized the devil's in the details. Like if I save $1,000 for a vacation, okay, well, how much of that is for the hotel? How much am I really spending on food and transportation to get there? And it wasn't really giving me an accurate number for how much I needed to save for the vacation. So I figured breaking it down, girl, you know my motto is about breaking it down, is to have specific categories for each of the things that I would typically spend money on during my vacation. So I'm just gonna quickly go through my binder and show you what I've used in the past. So this is for a cruise. My family were big cruisers. So I would use this envelope if I was saving to pay, you know, for like the cruise fare, drinks, food, fun. That's like excursion, any kind of activities we're gonna do on a particular trip. Hotel, kids, because sometimes there's certain activities like just for my kids. So I wanna make sure that I have money for that. Merch is like, you know, when you go to a new place, you want to buy maybe a t-shirt, like any kind of souvenirs. Relaxation. My husband and I always try to squeeze in some kind of spa time if we can, if we're on a, you know, a long trip. Shopping. This could be anything you need before the trip. So clothes or, you know, shoes or anything that we need for the vacation. Tips. This was an important one for me because, you know, you think you have everything budgeted down to the T, then you have to tip the taxi driver, you have to tip the bellman. There's so many people you tip on your vacation, and that ends up being an expense you wasn't really considering or accounting for. So I made sure to create an envelope for that. Transportation. This isn't transportation to the vacation. This is actually transportation once you get there. Cabs to and from the airport. Cabs to and from whatever sightseeing things you're doing. I mean, again, these are the details that you really don't think about until you actually arrive at the vacation. Spending is actually just money just to have, doesn't really have a purpose. It's almost like miscellaneous type things, just spending just to have money in your wallet. And I added a few more, again, as I started really digging deep into what we spend money on. So pets. So not to bring my pet, and or if you want to bring your pet, but this is to make sure that I have money to actually house my pet, right? When we go away for an extended period of time. Personal care. Girl, we got to get our hair and our nails done and the pedi manicure, like that whole thing. My husband, the boys, they want to get a haircut. All the things you need in preparation to actually go on your vacation. Okay, then I have vacay essentials. This is like little stuff you throw in your carry-on, like SPF, hand sanitizer, like all those little doodads that end up filling up your Amazon cart, and now you spend $100 that you wasn't even expecting to spend, right? And then I have back here plane tickets if you are flying to your destination. These two, I do plan on taking my kids to Disney this year, so I did order this Genie Plus and this tickets because, again, everything else will be the same thing if I were to take a Disney trip, but I wanted to have a Disney ticket and a Genie Plus. But because we're extra over here, I think I'm going to actually create a Disney binder. Girl, why not, right? So nonetheless, I've already shared with you guys that we are going to Atlantis this year for our family vacation. and I want to start planning for it. So I figured I'd show you guys again how I budget for it using the similar sinking fund tracker. If you see my previous video on how to use sinking funds, then this sheet will look familiar. I did change it up a little bit just to be specific for vacations, and we'll get into that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take the envelopes out of the binder so we can kind of go through each one. I can tell you what my budget is looking like, and we can go from there. So I already kind of have like a plan on what I plan on spending. So I'm just going to transfer this over here so it can just like make methodical sense to me. So let's just go ahead and get through it. So obviously I'm not taking a cruise, well, not obviously, but I'm not taking a cruise for this particular trip. So I'm not going to need these envelopes. I'm going to put this to the side. And I put my envelopes in alphabetical order, so it isn't in order of priority. So we'll just go ahead and fill in some of the blanks. So I'm just gonna zoom in here and let you see what I created on this vacation sinking funds tracker. So I did include some prompts. This is a free PDF down below. So I did create some prompts just to have you think about some things, and I did leave some space here because there may be things that you want to capture that isn't the same as me. So just give you some flexibility. And if these don't work for you, you can always wipe them out. So I like to separate my food and my drinks. My husband and I are not big drinkers. However, we want to make sure that we do allocate funds for drinks. So I put food here because I know some people will probably just consider drinks and food as one thing, but we don't. So since drinks is my first thing here, I'm just going to go ahead and use my black pen. Drinks. So I budgeted, Atlantis right now is having a little special, and I will post something right here so you can see. So it's like a credit. So if you buy a certain amount, they'll give you a couple dollars more. So for drinks, I'm going to budget $300. We are going for about 5 days. I might be flexible. I think I booked it for 5 days, so I might shorten it. I'll see how that goes. But if I spend $300, I'm actually gonna get $345 worth of drinks. And I just said, girl, I don't drink a lot. But if you've been to any resort, not just Atlantis, you know one drink is gonna be about $12, $13. We're there for 5 days, you know. So this can also include if the kids want, you know, pina coladas, strawberry daiquiris, all of that kind of stuff. Food, again, Atlantis is very expensive, but I am gonna budget $500 because again, they are offering a credit. So with $500, I'm actually gonna get $575. And just transparency, I am getting a free room. I am gonna be a guest of the casino. So I do have, I think, 2 buffets included in my room. So I figured $500 plus the credit they're giving me of $75 would be sufficient. So that's our budget for food. Fun, girl, I struggled with this, and I think the number I came up with still really isn't sufficient. I didn't list fun here. I'm lying, I did. I called it activities because you may call it activities. So I budgeted $600, which I don't believe is going to be enough. I have to get with my kids and see what they want to do. They're old enough now to do like swim with the dolphins and do all of that stuff. So I don't know if they're interested in doing that. So I got to talk to them and see what they want to do. So I'm budgeting $600. So I just mentioned that my room is comp, but I do have to get 2 rooms. We are a family of 5, and in Atlantis, you can only have 4 people per room, you know, for the regular rooms. So I am gonna budget $500 for that additional room. Because the second room I get at a discounted rate. So I'm hoping the $500 will be sufficient. And again, the thing with sinking funds for me is that if I don't save up everything, I'm okay. If I have a portion to contribute, that makes me feel good inside. So about time this trip comes up, I will use my regular income that I received during that time to offset the cost. I don't want to kill myself saving $1,000 for a room because I have other sinking funds and savings challenges and all those things going on. So I would just offset any difference with the income that I get at that time. My kids, I just budgeted $150. So kids is also something that I will add here, because again, I didn't want to make this too specific to me. You may not have kids, or whatever trip you're planning, you know, they may not be going on it. Merch we just talked about. So for merch, I'm gonna do $150 as well, just to get the kiddos a shirt and stuff. Listen, and for me, I think I'm past the stage where I'm buying people gifts and bringing them back. Like my mom, I've taken her to Bahamas. Like there's no one I really want to bring anything back for. Like that stage of my life is over. So if you're on the trip, we're gonna enjoy the trip together. I'm gonna send you some pictures and say hello, but I'm past feeling like I have to bring people back things, okay? I don't know why I felt like saying that, but I just wanted to put that out there. Relaxation. Relaxation is a spa day, like I mentioned. So for that, I budgeted $600 for my husband and I. Shopping, I say we don't need anything, but I don't want to get caught out there. I think I said $500. That works out to be $100 for each of us, but girl, my kids are shorts, you know, like basketball short type kids, so they don't need much. Tips, I said $60, you know, I think that'd be good. Transportation, again, this is for when I actually arrive on the island to get around to places. So I think I budgeted $300 for that. Spending money when we arrive, I did $200 because I'm hoping that all the money I spend falls within one of these other categories. Okay, for my dog, to put her in a pet hotel, I budgeted $350. Okay, personal care, again, getting all the things we need to get done here, all that other stuff. I said $350. Okay, vacay essentials. I think I just budgeted $100 because, you know, we pretty much have what we need, but just in case I need to order stuff from that Amazon cart, okay? Plane tickets, this is the big one for me. Girl, I need to budget about $2,000. Okay, so those are the categories that I typically save for when I'm going on vacation. Now let's figure out how your girl gonna get to this total. So what we're gonna do, just like we did with the sinking funds video, we're just gonna walk it through, figure out when it's due, etc. So let's start with the first one, transportation. This is actually on the island. So we are traveling in June, so I don't need this until June. So the next category is how many months until due date. We have 6 months. I don't have anything saved for this, so I still need to save $300. Okay, so now let's do the math. 300 divided by 6 months, that's $50 a month. Okay. And since I am a weekly budgeter, I want to divide that by 4. So that's $12.50. This is round up to $13. So if I can save $13 a week between now and June, I'll have $300 for the transportation. Got it? So I'm going to go ahead and fill all this in, and then I'll come back and explain what I've done. So we are done. So I'm just going to walk you through to what I came up with. So we already went over the first one. So lodging, $500, also due in June. I don't have anything saved, so I need to save the entire $500. That's $84 a month. That works out to $20 a week. Food is the same amount, so it still works out to be $20 a week. Activities is $600. Okay, it's due also in June. I need to save $600 still. I have to save $100 a month, and that'll be $25 a week. All right, and so forth and so on. So what I want to do now is get a total on what my weekly expense is going to be and my monthly. The biggest ticket item is clearly my plane tickets, but unlike the rest of this, I want to have this by May, April if I can, because obviously I want to buy my tickets as soon as possible to get the best rate. So I gave that 5 months versus 6. that I need to save $400 a month, and that works out to be $100 a week. So that's really the largest thing I have to save per week. So let's see how much everything adds up to, and let's see what my weekly amount's going to be. So it looks like based upon these numbers, I would have to save $291 per week, and that worked out to be $1,181 per month. Now, I'm gonna be real with you, I may not make these goals every month, but at least I have something to you know, use as a guideline. Next, I want to go ahead and set up my vacation binder with this newfound information so we can start stuffing, right? Now, a few months ago, I did order this from All Things Planned. She's on YouTube. She also has an Etsy shop. And this is like a sinking funds tracker. So you just keep it in your binder. Okay, I cut slits in it so it's easier for me to like pull it in or out, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write how much I need for that particular category and how much I need to save monthly. And then I think I want to take one step further. So first, let me go ahead and set this up. All right, guys, this ship is going to cost me $6,660. You know, I'm always going to be working towards getting that number down. But this is if I spend everything here, I save everything here. That is what our vacation budget is looking like. I really wanted to stay around the $5,000, but I know that it's really the plane ticket. So the better deal I get, the better for me. One thing I'm probably going to really try to work towards is using my credit card points. So when I'm doing my cash stuffings, I'm probably going to try to use my cards more often and just pay my card back so I can get those points up. I think if I can, it's January, February, March, if I can really do most of my spending on my cards, that would definitely increase my points, and that'll help when I'm purchasing the plane tickets. So I think that is my method for getting that down, okay? So we have our foundation set. Let's just go ahead and put these envelopes back in the binder. I'm gonna put this cruise in the back since we're not focusing on that. And we'll just put everything else back in. I also have my budgeting sheets. If you see me set up any of my other sinking, any of my other cash binders, you know I've been using these this year. And these are multiple colors. Okay, everything is in, everything is set. We have our envelopes, we have our budget sheets in here, and we are ready to get stuffing during, after I do my paycheck, budget, all that other stuff. So I do want to make life easier for me because it's the function for me, okay? And because, because on this tracker, I've only put what I have monthly, I want to be able to put weekly so I don't have to come here and do math and everything. So I was thinking there's a way I can repurpose these budget sheets. These are the ones I used to use inside the envelope, but I found that I never actually went back to track it, but having it outside makes life much easier. So I was gonna change these titles up here with these labels I have. Okay. So I wanna like stick it on the back of this. So I have like all my washi tapes here. So I'm looking for like a vacation vibe. I might use this one. So I just want to be able to stick this to the back of this. Sometimes it's a challenge. All right, let me see if what I have in my mind can really work. I didn't want to cut, I didn't want to block the bottom off. I'm just gonna put gold. Okay, so I'm gonna put all of that down. I'm gonna write all of this here, so that way, when I have to stuff in my envelopes, I already know how much I have to put per week, all right? So one thing I do wanna do is make sure it's in order in which my envelopes are. Okay, I think this is good, okay? So, you know, I have rollover, I may have extra dollars in my pocket. So I could just see, okay, if I have an extra $3, $4, okay, I was like, okay, which one has $4? One of these have $4 in here. Okay, vacay essential, right? Or if I have $6, if I have an extra couple bucks, then I know where it has to go. So this will be so much easier for me during my cash stuffing. I don't have to like try to be a rocket scientist. So I think this is good, all right? I'm loving it, I'm excited. I can't wait to do my first cash stuffing in this envelope, this binder with you guys. Well, Divas, that is it. Thank you for helping me set up my vacation binder. I hope you found this information useful. I hope you go ahead and download this PDF down below. I'm telling you, I think it'll be so important if you can get your vacation down to the exact places you're going to spend your money, okay, versus just having like one large number. So if you haven't done so already, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, because your girl's dropping stuff all the time. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. So I will see you next time. Later.